Hello friends, welcome to Leg Life and welcome to Washington, D.C. After what has been an unbelievably long day of travel, I left Anchorage early this morning, flew to Seattle, had a layover in Seattle, then flew Seattle to Washington, D.C. Myself and my team are now here. We are all checked into our hotel and I wanted to start by giving you a room tour of the place that I'm staying because it is pretty amazing and pretty historic and I'm excited to tell you all about it. So as the pillow on the bed states, I am staying at the Shoreham Hotel. It's the Omni Shoreham. It was built in 1930, and there are a lot of really cool historical things about this hotel. The Beatles stayed here on their very first visit to America. Super cool. I think that this hotel has hosted more presidential inaugural balls than any other property. Very cool. And even just walking through the lobby when we checked in, it was gorgeous. And I'm so excited to share it all with you. But now, room tour. So the room they have me in has this little almost like entryway. You can see I got my shoes laid out there. There's the front door. And you would walk in here. We've got a desk over here that has a coffee maker. You can see we got some Wolfgang Puck coffee right there. Pretty nice. Now I am already unpacked, so I got some of my stuff spread out a little bit. And here is what my room looks like. You can see a room with one king bed. Again, I love the Shoreham kind of pillow roll there. We've got nightstand over here. Nice nightstand and chair over there with a little table. All of my clothes and stuff put away like in there. You can see I've got shorts in there. Down here we have a fridge. I already have something from dinner in there. And then over here you can see full-length mirror. Love that. I already have all of my clothes hung up that needs to be. Suitcases in there. There is a luggage rack in there. Extra blanket, extra pillow. Over here in the dark we have a iron and ironing board. Of course, a big giant TV. We've got an ice bucket, glasses, and then I also want to show you a couple things. I love the curtains in here. Look how cool that is. I'm a fan. And then the bathroom, I really like the wallpaper, which is something I don't normally say. Toilet here, sink, vanity. Again, I've already got my stuff kind of spread out there. They do give you things like Q-tips, cotton balls, of course things like bath bars, shampoo, conditioner, hand soap, all of that stuff there. Nice big shower area goes back down there, past the door, and then the view out of my room is of the pool area. Now it is a big hotel. I don't remember how many rooms they have, but it's a big resort hotel. You can see pool here. Looks like maybe hot tub back over there. I know they got a fitness center. I know they've got guest laundry, all of the things you expect from a big hotel like the Omni Shoreham. If you watched the last video, the reason that we're here, I'm here with myself and 3 of my teammates from work. We are here attending a conference for organizations from around our country who work with domestic violence, human trafficking, sexual assault victims to just kind of network, learn from each other, collaborate, sort of dream and scheme on how in the world we can impact areas of injustice, like all of that. So, gonna be here for I think 5 nights-ish. So the Omni Shoreham is gonna be my home for a while, and what a nice hotel. The room, super comfortable obviously, and I'll show you more around the hotel as the stay goes on. I don't know how much I'm gonna vlog. I talked about this before, just because of the sensitive nature of the work that we do, but I'll try to pick up the camera and show you guys a few things as I have downtime and free time here in DC. But for me, I'm exhausted. After a long day of travel, I want to take a shower, I want to get in my pajamas, and I want to go to sleep. So Good night, friends. Oh, nope, you know, I want to show you a couple more things. I just realized that these are the kind of things we always like showing in our videos just because they're helpful. Outlets to plug in stuff by the bed. You can see there's plugging over there, already got that plugged in. I also like on top of the clock here, USB, USB-C. Love that. So, several outlets right by the bed. You can see I got my book. I'm hoping to read while I'm here. Okay, now I'm gonna put the camera down, go take a shower, go to sleep, and I'll pick you guys up hopefully tomorrow. Good morning, you guys. I am awake, I am dressed, I am ready for this day. I slept okay last night. It took me a little bit to get to sleep. I think the 4-hour time change kind of messed with my body a little bit, and it wanted to be awake when it should have been asleep. So, once I finally fell asleep, I slept pretty darn good. Just took me a little bit. Awake up and early this morning because we've got some things to do. Now today's kind of like our one free day here in Washington, D.C. And one of the things that my team decided was that because the rest of the week, the meetings we have are gonna be pretty heavy, talking about hard topics, today needed to be all about fun. We needed to balance out the heavy with some fun and some light. And so we're starting our day today with a Washington, D.C. donut tour. We found this tour online. It looks amazing. It looks fun. It looks just delicious, right? Washington, D.C. donuts. So I need to go meet the team downstairs in the hotel lobby. As we go, I want to show you over to this hotel. So let's go. Here on the main lobby level, heading toward the West Promenade. And they have, you know, some of these window displays talking about Omni hotels, but then some of the cool things are over here. This display talks about a place they had here called the Blue Room. They had performers like Louis Armstrong, Jimi Hendrix, Liberace, Frank Sinatra, Sonny and Cher, the Supremes, Liza Minnelli. How cool is that? But then over here, I think is my favorite thing. On February 11th, 1964, 2 days after their live television debut, the Beatles traveled by train from New York City to Washington, D.C. And this is where they stayed. How cool is that? And then look at, they have the playlist right there, and it's on the Shoreham Hotel, like, letterhead. Okay, that's awesome. It's good enough for the Beatles. It's good enough for me. Over here we have Roberts, which is like the sort of in-lobby restaurant. Look at how gorgeous that is. And then here is the lobby of the hotel. It is so stunning. And they're kind of on a bit of a transition day today because they've been hosting the World Culture Festival here at this hotel. And so I think a lot of the, well, it's actually on the National Mall, but a lot of the people have been staying here at our hotel. And so a lot of them are checking out today, I believe, and a lot of our group checks in today and tomorrow. And I just love the look of this lobby. I especially love this. How cool. And then you have like the, I don't even know what to call that, like a feather palm tree. This place is so beautiful. I just stepped into the gift shop here in the hotel because I wanted to see if they had postcards, which they do. Also, I don't know why Nicolas Cage went through all that work to steal the Declaration of Independence. Could have just got it in like a hotel gift shop. And they have something here called the Candy Bar. Oh gosh, let's see. If Sherry was here, which one would she go for? Probably Lemonheads or Sour Patch Kids. Here's another window display that's really interesting. It says, for decades, the Shoreham has been the Washington home to many prominent politicians. It has also played host to every presidential inauguration in the 20th century. How cool is that? This hotel is just so beautiful, and it's really fun this morning because it's just like buzzing with energy because of all of the people kind of in here and around. It's been fun just to see a little bit of it this morning because we didn't get to see a lot last night when we checked in. It's beautiful. Excited for this to be home for the next 5 days. So we are meeting for our donut tour at Pete's Coffee.
So we got a little mix of America here. We got Alaska, we got Wisconsin, we got California.
So we are going to be going to 4 different local donut shops, trying 8 different donuts. And look at how big of a tour we have. This is the best.
So they cut Pennsylvania Avenue through here in the early 1900s. Now this park though has seen many faces over many times. It started as a family cemetery. No, I don't know where they moved the bodies.
We have yet to go to the first donut place, but it's actually kind of great because we're getting a bit of a history tour. And look at this. Here's the White House. We've got the electric slide going on out here.
To the left. Take it back now, y'all.
One hop this time. And there's a great view of the White House. You can see the birthday cake outside. Happy birthday, President Carter. One of the things our tour guide was telling us is that where all these flags are over here is the longest running protest in the United States. It's been going on for like 40 some years, and that over time it has kind of changed as to what this protest is focused on, and now the focus is just kind of on a number of different humanitarian and human rights efforts. All right, Hamilton fans, here's the statue of Lafayette, or as we know him, Lafayette. Stop number one on our donut tour of Washington, D.C. is Astro Donuts and Fried Chicken, and I love the next door, they have a beer hall.
Phone eats first, so photos are always welcome. I'll open this first box and explain the flavors while you get your photos in. Starting first, we have our award-winning creme brulee donut. This is the creme brulee donut that started it all. It has that nice creme brulee filling on the inside with the hard glazed shell on the outside. Then we have our peanut butter and jelly donut. If you're a PB&J connoisseur, this tastes like the real deal. It's a strawberry jam with a peanut butter glaze.
I'm going for the Samoas. All right, donut number 3 that I'm gonna sample is the creme brulee. I kind of lucked out because she didn't cut it all the way through, and so I kind of got 2 samples together. But it's like nachos. If they're stuck together, it just counts as 1. Now we are heading on to the next donut place, and apparently the next 3 places we're going, we don't get little like bite-sized samples of the donuts. We each get a full donut. Definitely gonna be full of sugar and carbs by the end of this. And the next stop we're going is apparently an Italian donut shop. But look how pretty this little side street area is with all of the fall leaves up top. So our next donut is here at a place called Piccolino's, I think. And it's kind of like, a little bit like a malasada, it looks like. A Hawaiian donut. But shit, it's like an Italian donut. I guess this place also does pizzas, pastas. They had 2 flavors, butterscotch and vanilla. I went butterscotch. Our next stop has us going to and through the Chinatown district. Walking under the arch right now. This tour is the best. I'm so glad we're doing this. So this building here, Walk and Roll, was actually Mary Surratt's boarding house, where the plan to assassinate Abraham Lincoln was hatched. Holy cow. Our next stop is at a place called Bantam King. Look at those. So the flour they use to make these donuts here at Bantam King is the same flour they use to make their ramen. This is the best donut we've had so far. It is perfect. It is hot, it is fresh, it's soft and chewy, and this is the winner. Here's that place. Again, Bantam King. Best one yet. Here's our last stop at a place called Waffle Shop, and what we're gonna be getting are these bombolonis, similar to what we had at one of the other locations, but she said that these here are served with like a hazelnut dipping sauce. Think Nutella, yes please. So here's what they look like. You can see bigger than a donut hole for sure, dipped in that hazelnut sauce. So excited to try these.
We started at Astro Donuts and Fried Chicken. The beer hall is now open if you wanted to go and participate in that later. Then we went to Piccolina if you want to pretend like you're in Italy, eating on the street out there, having a nice Aperol Spritz. It's a great option. Then we went to Bantam King, where they have amazing ramen noodles and fried chicken, as long as the sugar donuts that we had. That's another great spot to hit up. And then finally, we ended here at Scalina Pizzeria, where if you still have an appetite, you can get a nice pizza or a waffle to top it all off.
So that is the end of the Underground Donut Tour here in Washington, D.C. Absolute highlight. It exceeded every single expectation. One of the things I didn't know is that the Underground Donut Tour is actually in like 20 different cities. So I'll put a link to them down below. Go check them out. It was amazing. Now we are walking down to the National Mall, and on the left, get our first view of the U.S. Capitol building down there. So we're heading over to the National Mall, but we're gonna stop here at the National Gallery of Art first. I got our map. Now we're gonna spend some time here in the National Gallery of Art. Look at how pretty this room is with all of the different busts all the way down. And we are here on a Sunday, so I expected it to be packed, but there's actually not a lot of people here. Look at this room here at the gallery, just this amazing fireplace. This must be, oh gosh, I'd say up to here, probably 8 feet tall. And then you just turn in the room. It just keeps going. We just came up here to the main floor, and they have a giant painting of George Washington. You can see huge staircase coming up. All right, so here's a painting called The Fall of Man. And Alice and I were just joking because, like, it's this beautiful historical painting. You've got some, I don't know, goats over here. And then it's like somebody just added their house cat. Like, look at that cat. So funny. Continuing our walk through the gallery. This place is amazing. You can see we have a Claude Monet right here. How beautiful is that? This wall is stunning. We have 3 Monets right there. Oh my gosh, we gotta go look at that one. Look at how beautiful that is. I think we're gonna head out of the museum here soon, but we did get to see the self-portrait of Van Gogh before we left. Here's another Van Gogh, and then Degas over here. It's just crazy because we've been trying to leave for a little while, but it's like every room we go into, there is more that we want to see. Hi, Missy. And that was the National Gallery of Art. My biggest takeaway from the entire building is that I have got to bring Sherry to Washington, D.C. to do all the museums. Grabbing a quick lunch as we go, I think next over to the Spy Museum, there's a bunch of food trucks that are kind of lined up down here across from the archives where the Constitution is. I think the Declaration of Independence is there. If Nicolas Cage is looking to steal it, that's where he needs to go. I went with the cheesesteak, and it looks amazing. So we needed to stop and use the restroom real quick, so we ducked here into the Natural History Museum. Look at that, the crystals. And then over there is the famous like Easter Island head. This museum makes me want to do 2 things. 1, I wish we had more time to spend here. Number 2, makes me want to watch Night at the museum. We've arrived at the Spy Museum. I am so excited to check this out. I have a feeling that the gift shop here is going to be better than any other museum ever. So when you come in, they give you a badge, and then we are here at the briefing station. Today you will take on a secret identity, collect intelligence, assess your spy skills, and receive a debrief at the end of your visit. I am definitely ready. So here is my cover. All right, that's me.
How much time do you have? What if they come through the door?
You cannot hesitate. You have one opportunity.
Do you ever wonder if you could be a spy? What is it that might attract you?
After the introductory movie, you come into this room with a number of different spies. You can see James Lafayette over here. He's kind of talking about some of the different ones. Looks like we have a bunch of covert communication things along the back wall. This is amazing. This is one of the craziest things I've seen so far. A lot of things talking about, you know, like shoes with listening devices, trees. But this was a gift from a group of Soviet children in 1945 as they visited the U.S. Embassy in Moscow. It gave it to the ambassador. It's a hand-carved Great Seal of the U.S. You think, boy, what a nice gift that is. It stayed in his office until 1952 when technicians discovered a remarkable listening device inside it. Unbelievable. It just gets more insane. This is talking about how animals have been used. In fact, it says, in the 1960s, Agents eager to eavesdrop on an Asian leader saw cats at the meeting area. Sparking an idea, tech ops embedded a tiny transmitter in a cat's skull and a mic in his ear. Affectionately called Acoustic Kitty, the cat proved trainable in familiar settings. When flown across the globe, however, it seemed lost. The CIA canceled the operation. We got cats, we got dolphins, we got birds, we got mice. And then throughout the museum, they have a number of these screens. What you do is you take the card they gave you, put it on the screen, and it continues on your mission through the museum.
Every email you send leaves a digital trail called metadata. Metadata is not your shopping list or personal emails or cat memes. Metadata is all the tags that identify a message, but not the contents of the actual message itself. Still, it can give broad indications about what a person's doing, like who she's communicating with, when, and where. But that's all. So if the metadata shows she made a 30-minute call with a known spy, the courts may allow intel agencies to look more closely at who is making the call and its actual contents.
Now we are moving to the code or cipher section. And one thing I actually think is kind of cool, I don't think I've seen this before, is the arrows direct you along the way, but they also tell you you are 15% complete. That's kind of neat. All right, we're gonna play the covert action Wheel of Fortune. Let's spin it. It says what can go wrong during a covert operation and what are the consequences. Spin the wheel to find out. Collateral damage, dead civilians, and public outrage.
From up-to-date satellite photos of some of the most sensitive sites in the world to cutting-edge artificial intelligence tools. What used to take analysts days or even weeks can now train computers to in seconds.
This museum is amazing. I'm so glad we came here, and we're only like 75% of the way through. It just keeps going. Here at the end, they have a map that says intelligence organizations around the globe. Let's just touch country. Let's see. United States, we have all of those. What about our friends in Canada? Canadian Security. Okay, let's go over here. France. Look at that. Well, we have finished inside the Spy Museum. Now we're at the gift shop, and it may be the coolest gift shop of any museum ever. I mean, who doesn't love a t-shirt that says undercover agent, prepared to be debriefed? So ridiculous. I liked it in the museum. They actually have a whole area for like just James Bond posters, and then look at all of these spy books. I'm gonna see if I can find a book to read. And who doesn't love a good International Spy Museum secret agent duck? I've got to say, the International Spy Museum was like $33, $35 to visit. Absolutely worth it. Back at the hotel after one heck of a day. From the donut tour this morning, to going through the National Art Gallery, to seeing some of the National Mall, going to the Spy Museum, grabbing lunch from a food truck today, has been amazing. Just so much fun. We've laughed a ton, we've had a blast together. Again, there are 4 of us from my team who are here. But I think that's where I'm gonna put down the camera, and I don't know if I will pick it back up again on this DC trip. Again, most of the trip is for work. Maybe I will pick you guys up, so fingers crossed I do, but I at least got to give you a little tiny peek of DC, and I have one takeaway. And I've already texted Sherry this, and I think I already told you this in the vlog earlier. We've got to come here. I cannot believe that Sherry and I have never come to DC together. We both love history, we both love art, we both love just so much that DC offers, food and culture. This is a city we have to come together. We have to. So this needs to be a priority when we're thinking about trip planning for 2024, because I think we would have so much fun in Washington, DC together. All right, friends, love you, and we'll see you on the next Slug Life video.